Hello, it's Damien from Spark Angels again. Today we're going to be doing an iPad screen protector. Pretty much the process I'm going to be using works on all devices, iPads or phones. It's for the glass screen protectors, and it's just pretty much a method on how to not get bubbles underneath the screen protector. Obviously with the glass screen protectors it is a lot easier to not get bubbles behind them, but you still can get some bubbles in say the middle of the screen, and it's a little bit of a nightmare to get them out. You can spend hours pushing them out, but obviously this method is the one we use, and it's probably the best one that we know of to not get bubbles underneath. Obviously you can buy screen protectors with these cases that puts it on and lines it up perfectly for you, but this is a video for in case you don't have that and you just got a screen protector and you just want to apply it to your device. So we have got sounds of surprisingly bubbles in the background for the bubble screen protector. Hopefully we don't get any. So I'll just start off. This is an iPad Pro, so I'm just going to put a screen protector on this one. Alright, so if it's got a case on it, you just want to take it out of the case, and if it's got an Apple Pen on it you can take that off as well. Alright, so we've got the screen. So with the screen, generally you'll have your fingerprints on it and they'll be quite dirty. So you want to first get off all the marks on it before you actually put the screen protector on it. So generally try and find a microfiber cloth. Probably the best one to not get marks on it. And you'd want some kind of cleaning solution. Just obviously spray on it so you can remove all the finger marks off the actual screen itself. Generally, if you're applying it to a screen that's been used or a device that's been used, you might still have some scratches on the screen itself, which will appear underneath the screen protector. They're not really noticeable per se, depending on how big the scratch is or how deep the scratch is. So just go over and make sure there's no obviously residue left from the spray on it, and get it as nice and clean as possible. Make sure it's free of pretty much any marks. Sometimes you can spend hours trying to get off every single little mark on it. Try a different cloth. Sometimes your cloth as well might still leave marks on it. And one of the reasons why you switch off the actual screen itself, because with the black background you can actually see any marks on the screen. If you've got it lit up, there may be little white marks on it that you can't actually see. So you want to lock the screen, make sure it's, or you can turn off the device, either way. Just make sure it's black so you can see any marks on the screen. Right, so there we go. So what you want to do is you want to get your glass screen protector. Nice little glass screen protector, you want to open that up. And take the screen protector out of its case. So we'll have a little tab on it that you'll need to peel off and reveal the sticky side of it that you'll be putting down. So always just make sure that it's nice and clean. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to peel it off and kind of keep your screen protector at an angle so you don't get any marks on it from leaving it flat. And try not peel it over the actual device itself. Right, so once you peel off the screen protector, you want to line it up. So with this one, it's got no home button which you can line up. You just kind of need to get it close to the edge on one side as possible. Right. And then what you do is you just gently lay it down, and as you can see it starts finding its own way. I don't know if you can actually see that on camera, but what it does is it starts finding its own way. You'll get to a point where it kind of just stops and stops going any further. What you want to do is you don't want to come up from the outside, you want to come from the inside and just push it out. Just gently, you don't even need to go all the way to where it is, you just kind of generally push it out. There we go. That's generally the best method to do it. So on that, it's not the best thing, but you can see there's no bubbles on that whatsoever, and it's nice and clean underneath it. Right, so we just got a comment asking if they affect the pencils. They don't affect the pencils at all. They don't affect the touch. They just like an extra layer of glass that sits on the top. They don't affect anything whatsoever. I can actually show you with the pencil working. So that's the pencil, and as you can see there, it's still working perfectly fine. They don't affect it in any shape or form. Same with your finger. They don't affect it in any way. You shouldn't get any kind of ghost touching or anything like that. It literally works perfectly fine. And obviously the pressure of your pencil will still work fine. So yeah, it is definitely a call indeed. Glass screen protectors are one of the best things. We suggest them on pretty much anyone that gets a new phone or gets a new screen fitted, is to add a screen protector. They generally do help. Obviously nothing is 100%, so if you dropped it on, say, the corners, it will still break the screen, or if it gets a really hard hit in the front, it will still break the screen. But they are good for your one scratch in the screen. Obviously this protects it from any scratches that you might have with keys in your pocket or something like that. Obviously not on the iPads, but on the phones. If you've got any keys in your pocket, they'll stop it from scratching your actual screen itself. And it'll stop it from your normal general drops. Like I said, anything hard will still break it, but they are very good at that. Do you have any anti-glare ones? I don't know if they do anti-glare on the actual glass screen protectors, but if they do, we unfortunately don't have any. We've only got the normal standard glass screen protectors, so we don't have any of those, unfortunately. It's probably something we can look into, because obviously anti-glare is quite a nice feature to have on a screen protector. But no, unfortunately we don't have any of those, but we can look into them definitely. Brilliant. So what I'll do is I'll show you a phone one as well, just so you can see how to do a phone one. I'm going to quickly grab a phone. So, we've got an iPhone here, iPhone 8 Plus, so we'll put a screen protector on that one as well, just to show you how it is to do it on an iPhone. So we've got the screen protector, same as before. What you need to do is clean the screen up. So we'll start off with putting a little bit of spray in it, and then just clean it down. Same with this phone, it's got a little bit of scratches on it from being used, but it's all nice and clean. Make sure it's got off every little mark you can. We'll get the screen protector again, hold it at an angle like so, don't hold it flat, and we'll do it away from the actual screen itself. Just peel off that thing, turn around, and you've obviously got the home button there, so it's a little bit easier to line it up, and it's got the earpiece at the top. So what you do is line it up with the earpiece first, so make sure the earpiece is in the middle of the slot, and then line up the home button. And what I generally do is I just kind of drop it in place. You'll see at the top the screen protector will start sticking itself once you lower it down. If the home button isn't in line, you can just lift it up and reapply it. What you want to try and do is get it as straight as possible, so you don't have to peel off the whole entire glass itself. Right. There we go. And as you can see, that starts going all the way down and pretty much applies itself. And that there is a screen protector on an iPhone 8. All nice and clean with no bubbles underneath it whatsoever. So we go. anyone's brave enough to do this. Yeah, I mean, they're not that hard. We get quite a few people, especially in our store as well, that will not like doing them because they get marks behind it, or they can't line it up right. It does take some time to obviously get the lining up right, but as far as the bubbles itself, it's kind of harder to get a bubble in it than it is to not get a bubble. Obviously with enough practice and kind of doing it the way I showed you, going from the top, it literally, like I said, with that one, it found its own way. You didn't even need to put any pressure on it, just popped it down, it found its own way all the way down to the bottom, and that's without me even trying to remove anything or trying to push out any bubbles. It literally just found its own way. So yeah, I suggest getting other people in your shop to actually try it and try and see if they can do it, because practice makes perfect, and obviously, like I showed you there, it is simple as just lining it up. Well, I don't know if you can actually see it, but that one there, if the screen will stop lighting up, is perfect. Literally all nice and neat. Obviously, yeah, taking a picture of it is one of the ways of doing it when you do it perfect, because yeah, I mean, it is nice when you do it perfect. It is very nice indeed. But yeah, so that was just a quick video on showing you how to put screen protectors on it, and just a nice, quick and easy method without getting any bubbles in it. Obviously, like I say, spraying it down with solution first just gets rid of any finger marks on it and any kind of grease, because what grease will do is it will cause grease from your fingers will cause bubbles as well, because they won't sit properly and they won't adhesive properly to the actual screen itself. So getting rid of all of that first is a good way to do it, and then just putting it from lining up at the top, laying it down, should find its own way, and it should be all nice. But yeah, so that's just a quick video on how to put screen protectors on, for one, iPad and phones. Obviously, we sell screen protectors in our store and we offer to every customer, because like I said, they are very good to have, and yeah, they just stop your screen from getting scratched. And obviously when it comes to resale, it's nice and new again when you just peel it off. But yeah, so hope you enjoyed the sounds of the bubbles in the background. We didn't get any bubbles today, so that's good. But yeah, it's Damien from Spark Angels, and I'll see you guys in the next video.